Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I have just completed my PhD in economics from Brown University, and today we will be talking about one of the best investments that I made as a student. This is about my iPad with the Notability app, and this is one investment which I feel I should have made much sooner. In this video, I will be talking about the main points why this is one of the best investments to make as a student. The main benefit of this that I think is its sheer compactness. You can carry lots of papers, carry lots of notes that you've created on those papers, and also carry your general notes and notebooks just in this one device. It's all readily available whenever you need it. As PhD students, we read lots of papers and then we take lots of notes on them, and by this process we end up accumulating lots of papers which are printed and then the notes that we have on them. Earlier what I would do is exactly the same. I would just print the paper that I need to read because I like to read it with a pen in my hand and I like to take notes on it. And then within my first few years of PhD, I just had accumulated so many papers. So when I had to actually change my apartments, I had to carry all of this load along with me. And honestly, even after carrying all this with me, I never ended up going back to them because there was such huge quantity of papers that I had carried. Even when I had to refer back to one of these papers, I actually found it much easier to just open the PDF on my computer and look at it very quickly rather than going into this crowd of papers and find the one that I'm looking for. But now this iPad along with this Notability app has been completely life changing in this aspect. Now I can just I have all my papers right there with me and I can refer them whenever I need to. So this has been one of the main benefits that this iPad has provided me. And yes, when the next time that I moved, I was so much thankful that I had this device with me. The second point that I really like about this iPad is that it reduces friction in taking notes. So what I would do is, as a PhD student and as a student all my life, I used to attend lots of seminars, lots of talks. What I would try to do is that I would try to create different dividers in a notebook or just create different notebooks for different kinds of topics. So I would have one for my South Asia talks that I'm attending, one is for econometric seminars or general other economic seminars that I'm attending. But mostly what would happen is that at the time when I needed the notebook, I would generally not have it with me, and then I would end up making notes on a separate piece of paper, and they would generally not end up in the place where they should. Now you might be way more organized than I am, and I have definitely seen people who are much more organized in keeping things separate, but I was not. So iPad has made this process so much easier for me. Now I can create notes on the fly. I can just create separate notebooks for each kind of talk that I'm attending. Suppose I'm attending some talks on economics in the tech sector, so I can easily just create a new subject and then take notes on that on economics in tech sector. The third important point is about the searchability of the notes. This is again another feature which changes things dramatically. How many times has it happened to you that you wrote it down somewhere in your notebook but you just cannot find where? It has happened to me a lot, and iPad is really great in this aspect because it can search within your handwriting. Suppose I go into this note and I want to search for the word GDP. Here you can see it highlights this word for me here. Let's try another word. So let's say I want to search for people. As you can see, it highlights this word here, this word here, and oh yeah, this word here. As you can see, it is able to detect this with my terrible handwriting. So I'm very sure that with your handwriting too, it can detect this very easily. And yeah, I absolutely love this feature, and I'm able to find things that I wrote, but I could not recall where I wrote them. Another feature that I think is really helpful for students is its ability to record the lectures while you're taking notes in it. So for example, if I'm here, I can just press record and it will start recording the notes. And then it also syncs your notes with the recording. So you can actually go to a place in your notes and it will start playing the recording from there on. So I think this is absolutely amazing for classes, for various kinds of talks, and yeah, I use it a lot. The last nice part about this is just the pure aesthetics of it. You have so many colors options, you can highlight stuff, you can color code things, you can do amazing scans. It's just a delight to use as a student. Now I know that some people might say that writing on an iPad is nowhere the same as writing on a paper with a pen, and I completely agree with that sentiment. Now you can try to make things closer to paper by using something like paper like screen protector, but it still won't be quite the same. And yeah, so this is something that is there, but personally I find that this small cost is worth all the convenience that the iPad brings to me. Also, you might be wondering that it's really expensive to buy an iPad, but there's absolutely no need to buy the latest high-end iPad Pro. You can just buy the entry-level iPad, which starts at $329, and you can often find it on sale at Amazon for $300 or even $250. And this, along with the Apple Pencil, you can have the entire setup for around $400. And given that iPads can easily last you for 4 to 5 years, I personally think it's a great investment to make. So for all these reasons, I highly recommend making this investment early in the PhD, and I'm sure this will be a rewarding experience for you as well. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.